silent sleep. The night won't keep. Shadows fall, they crawl, they creep. Eyes wide, a void inside so deep. What's the cost of peace? Where does it hide? Silent sleep, silent sleep. All the lies we sow they reap. Silent sleep, silent sleep. Can't escape what haunts the deep. Broken bells, they toll, they moan, frozen hands. They clutch the stone, every whisper. A ghost alone. If I scream, will it fade? Or echo? Or decay? Silent sleep, silent sleep. All the lies we sow they reap. Silent sleep, silent sleep. Can't escape what haunts the deep.
That was Silent Sleep by Citizens Animations. Me, yes. We have Steve with us. Say hi, Steve.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
And then we have the one, the only,
The only
King of Detroit, Ron.
Motor City.
Maniac. You know what? He's not even there, man.
He's not even there, but we gave him a good intro, didn't we?
Hey, we gave him a good intro. He, now he owes us $4.99 plus shipping and handling.
Plus tax and shipping. Bro.
So, backstage, people, we were having a discussion, and I would like Steve to bring it up.
Yeah, we were having a discussion about the situation that Mark Kelly is in or has brought up with having mentioning to the U.S. Armed Forces not to obey illegal orders. And in that retrospect, was that in itself giving an indirect order, I guess, is that, am I looking at the right way?
Let me ask you this question. Oh, yes. And people, click the link in the top, go to Rumble, We're going to be on YouTube for like 20 minutes. We're going to have our conversation. But in the meantime, go potty, collect the link, pop some popcorn, do whatever.
Absolutely.
And then we're going
Do
over
it,
the
Stay with us.
My opinion, Steve, is
Sure.
in the military, when you're doing all your training and stuff, because I was never in the military, I don't know, right?
Sure.
Do they teach you that what an illegal order is?
Yeah.
So they're telling you what an illegal order is, and you don't have to follow it, correct?
They tell you upon entering that statement, you don't have to do anything illegal or something like that to the effect. But at the same breath, they're telling you you must follow the orders of all officers appointed over you. You know what I mean? So it's a slippery.
So
You
let
see
me
what I'm saying,
this
sir?
question. I'm going to give you a hypothetical, okay? So
Okay, give me
let's
one.
say you're a corporal in the army, right?
Sure.
And you're commanding whatever he is, let's say sergeant, comes and looks at you and says, "Listen, corporal, see that guy across the street? I want you to shoot him in the head because he is a domestic terrorist." But it ends up being one of your family members. But he orders you to do it. Do you follow that order, or is that an illegal order?
Okay, now let me elaborate just a little bit, okay? Because I know the difference. You know what I'm saying? But there are, and I've tried to identify this in conversations before. There are people, there are units in the U.S. military that if you tell them that is a terrorist over there, and their job is to take them off, without knowing any facts or anything, that's a dead man.
Right, that's a dead man. I understand that part.
Yeah.
But what happens if it's your relative and your relatives over there? Let's say your uncle is on the other side of the street, right? And that
Right.
officer, or sergeant, or whatever he is, gives you
Sure.
a direct order. That guy is a domestic terrorist. I want him dead. You are to shoot him in the head.
No, I wouldn't follow that order. But let me define it a little bit better for you, Z, because I have the privilege of knowing who my family members are. When you're in the
Right.
the military, and somebody tells you, for instance, if you're somewhere and somebody tells you this is the bad guy, we're going after him today, you don't get any preview on his anything about him. Your job is to take out that target.
Right, but if you go there, right, and you
Yes.
recognize him as one of your relatives, and you
Yes.
get a direct order to shoot him,
Yes.
are you going to shoot him? Are you
No.
going to follow that
No.
order?
No, sir.
Then
What
why
if he's one of
can't
your
you?
neighbors?
Yeah, what if it's one of your neighbors? What if it's me? What if I'm across the street and that guy says, "You see that guy over there? That's
Uh-huh.
it. He's a terrorist. I want you to shoot him in the head."
I do understand your point, but at the same time, let me elaborate just a little bit, because at the same time, if you get people in the military to start questioning orders,
What's up, word him up?
Aren't you supposed to have a conscience, and aren't you supposed to understand right from wrong? And
Yeah,
know
morality.
order?
yeah,
supposed
you're
Where's
know
the
that.
morality? When does morality play a point in a direct order?
The military is not supposed to bring up arms against a unarmed America.
agreed, but
If Americans aren't armed, you're not supposed to fucking raise your gun towards them. That's the way I've always thought.
And
agreed.
should military be able to shoot American citizens?
No,
No,
unless they're shooting weapons, guns at them.
Right.
but
If
see
they're
that,
shooting, firing back at you, I understand returning fire, right? But if you are given a direct order in the National Guard, you see those protesters, I want you to inflict as much pain on them as possible.
That's
Is
the
that
police's
Is that
Listen to what you just said, though, if you don't mind me saying. You said if a National Guard is being fired upon to return fire.
That's what I
they?
said. Yeah.
I agree with
Okay.
that.
Now, wait, well, hang on. I don't mean to be disrespectful to anybody, but that's the same ROE we had during the war.
Well, them were,
Rules of engagement. I'm sorry. Rules of engagement.
Right. Well, if you're getting fired upon, I can see returning fire. But if you are firing into unarmed citizens
But not
and you're ordered
everybody.
to,
Not everybody. Well, I agree. And see, this is that slippery slope I was talking about. I agree somebody should be shooting back at them, but I don't agree that everybody should have a gun either. You know what I mean? So it's one of them. For me, I fucked up with it.
but in the
Well-
military, doesn't everybody have a gun?
Not everybody. Well, yeah, you get trained with a gun, but not everybody has a gun in the military. No.
yeah. If you don't get one, you don't have one if you're a cook.
Yeah, if you're a typewriter, yeah, you ain't holding no gun.
But you might.
And there tells you something though. The units that are carrying guns, they're very strict, man.
But if you, but see, it's still you still not answered my question though.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to avoid it.
So I'm talking about military and orders, right? I was,
Yes, sir.
as I told you, I was never in the military. I have no idea. My question to you is, as somebody that's never been in the military, if you see a crowd of people peacefully, let's say, chanting, go away, get off our fucking streets, get the
Right.
fuck out of our city, right? Even swearing at you, and you get a direct order. I want you to fire upon the crowd. That
I'm
is a
not doing that.
direct order.
I'm not doing that.
But you're violating direct orders then.
Well, I'll be court-martialed, but I'll do that.
So why not tell people that if somebody gives you an order like that, you don't have to follow it?
Well,
Why can't you tell people that?
that's where it becomes that slippery slope, brother, because at the same time, you're not just telling people to not follow illegal orders. You're asking people almost to question any order that you feel is inappropriate. And that's not the way the military functions. Is all I'm saying.
They want you to be. They want you to be robotic.
Yes, sir. I'm being honest with you. I promise you.
I'm being honest too, because I think that's ugly. When somebody,
I think so, but I'm being honest with you,
Steve. I'm just saying, when somebody accepts the fact that I have to do what the guy above me says,
yeah,
then you are a pissant.
What I understand. I'm not taking that away.
No disrespect, but yes.
No, but you got to understand when in the military, it's a different tone. You know what I mean? It's a different situation. You don't question anything.
So let me ask you this question. In
Yes,
Vietnam, a lot of people got court-martialed for this. But let me ask you this question. It is a military service guy.
Yes, sir.
So if you went into a village, let's say it's during Vietnam, you went to a village, there's no VCs anywhere, right? But there are nothing but women and children. You're given a direct order to firebomb and execute everybody in that village. Is that acceptable?
No.
They'd have done that. They did do that.
They did do that, but they got court-martialed for it too. But but when
nobody can identify. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Z. But when nobody can identify, this is where it gets slippery. Okay, when nobody can say what the illegal order has been, it becomes almost as though somebody's trying to make you question authority.
Well, my question is don't you guys have judge advocate generals or
Yeah,
JAG?
Jag. Yeah, yeah.
Well, if somebody gives you an order, can't you just simply ask JAG if it's a legal
Sure,
order?
sure.
Now, if they say that violates an order, then what happens?
Ooh, I think it would move ahead, and it would whoever gave you that order would end up be the one in trouble. I would think.
Yeah,
I don't know the intricacies. I'll be honest with you. That's what
that's
I'm
how it
thinking.
happened in Vietnam. Well, the
Yeah,
higher ups got
Right.
put.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Well,
thinking that's how that would
when
go.
you have lawyers involved, because I know the Navy, the Marines, Army, Air Force, all of them have lawyers. The JAG thing.
Yeah, yeah. And don't get me wrong, Z. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about this because the way I see it is I'm a civilian now. You know what I'm saying? I've been out of that for a long time. I don't think about it. My life's different now. But at the same time, I think about, you know, it I don't know, man. I don't know what I would think. I see it both ways here.
It's hard because
It's a
in the
real
military,
slippery thing.
but in the military, you're trained to follow orders, right?
You
No
have to do
questions.
that.
But if it's an illegal and moral order, you shouldn't have to follow it. You should not have to.
Don't have to.
You should not have to.
Okay.
And you
And
should
the
warn
last thing I want to say is go ahead.
and you should warn people that if somebody
Oh,
gives you
yeah.
an illegal order, like the fire in a group of people that are unarmed, you don't
But
have to
has that
follow the
happened
order.
yet? Is the problem.
Yeah, it happened
Well,
in
it's
Vietnam. It happened in
No, no,
many
no.
wars.
Under his watch,
they
why
have.
didn't they bring it
Well,
up underneath? Why didn't they bring this same thing up underneath the last time he was president or the last, you get what I'm trying to get at here.
Not really.
It seems like this is just a way to make soldiers question the orders they're given.
Well, look at the fucking big fucking meeting they had with all the generals, where Trump was a dumbass, is out there just gibbering and jabbering nonsense away. Then you had Hexeth calling all the generals fat.
I remember that.
How is that good for morale?
yeah. No, that's turning them into fucking Nazis.
That's Nazism.
I mean, that's why I don't believe in blind faith. I question authority all the time. I've punched my fucking boss before.
And just to let people
I
know,
will
we're going
not
to be
an order that I think is wrong morally.
and just
I
to
won't
let,
do it either, Motor. But when you're at that point, you don't know. I mean,
I
an
go to
illegal
jail.
order,
jail
an
for it.
illegal order. Nobody's ever asked me to, shoot anybody that. Well,
Okay,
let me tell you.
get off
I
that
mean,
question for a second. Let's get off that question for a second.
yes, sir.
How about this one?
Okay.
You're piloting or manning, missile thing, or like in a plane. Would you drop bombs on an unidentified boat?
no.
Unidentified? No.
That's what they're doing right now.
Well,
And
look
them
at
are orders. Them are orders. They're being ordered to bomb these boats in the Caribbean.
look at what they did in Germany, right? When London was bombing Berlin and Berlin was bombing London, they were dropping bombs on innocent people. They had no part in this war, and they
Well,
were just following orders. But is that an illegal order or is that a proper order?
unfortunately, that is a proper order.
How? Those people are not involved in the war.
That country is the enemy, and they were bringing up arms against other countries. We were going to bomb them into oblivion. It's not like it's a bunch of Haitians in a boat or some Venezuelans in a boat. They're not going to take over the country. They're not going to invade the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Well,
Germans,
yeah, well, we kind of are because he's still the amphibious training now off the shore, man.
no, they're not.
Oh no, they're not. They're going to get squashed like a bug.
Yeah, I dare fucking 50 Chinese soldiers run through Detroit. I dare them because they're gonna be fucking gone by night.
Oh yeah, really can't those guys.
I don't care if they're fully armed with grenades or whatever. They're all gonna be gone because there's so many guns on the American streets. Each house, I know some of my neighbors got fucking weapons. Only Steve's seen. That's been
Well, can't they yell out on delivery for General Chow's Chicken Man?
Well, I'm just saying because we do have those boats that are being bombed, and there has been no identifiable proof that
Yeah.
there were drugs
Nobody
on the
on
boat.
board driving the fucking boats. Every fucking picture I have slowed down and tore apart, right? And I have stripped the layers off just to see if there's a human. Not one fucking human on any one of the fucking boats driving the fucking boat. Where the fuck are the humans?
Well, there might have been humans, the ones that got blacked out. There's some areas where they're fuzzed out. There could be humans there on them.
But I'm seeing videos of the whole boat, and I'm looking, and I don't see humans run. Are these things run by remote control? So they have a remote control, right, that they stand on the shore with and drive the boat all the way to America by a remote control, right? Is that what they do?
I don't think that's happening.
I don't think that's happening.
I don't think that's
I'll be
happening
honest with you,
either.
man.
But when you
You know.
follow boats, they have no humans on board. It makes you fucking wonder, doesn't it?
Well, me and you had a moment earlier on the phone, Z, where something interesting coming. Do you mind if I share a moment of
No,
that
I don't
conversation?
mind.
Where we were talking about the CIA.
What's up, Daniel Berry Sports?
What's up,
Oh,
DB? Go ahead.
well, we were talking about the CIA and operations they have operated in the past and are involved in now, and shit like this, and I was thinking about what he said, and it got, I hate to say this, and I know I'm gonna make a shit storm in the comments, and that's okay with me, but the shooting of the two soldiers, the two National Guardmen. Well, he was a CIA. He was working with the CIA over there, and wherever it were, I don't know the country. I
Afghan
briefly
nationalist. He was
heard.
an Afghan nationalist.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
When you submerge with the CIA, you don't kind of get out. It's almost like a goddamn biker club, I would think. I mean, that's the only thing I can compare it to. You know what I mean? Like, once you're in, you're in.
Same as military, yeah.
Okay. And when that happened, all he did was set off more military standoff. They already dispersed 500 more, I think. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but
No, he said he was going to. You're right.
So this is, you see where we're going.
Yeah.
And you gotta understand that some of what, remember somebody told me one time, if you see something in your left hand, you better look at your right hand, because it might be the one that's itching.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it at the point, but what he meant was, when they're fucking around with you and get you look over here, they're fucking with you over here.
My problem with it all is then we might as well fire all the policemen. If you're going to put military on the streets to police the American citizens, what were the police for in the first place? You are for, or what do they call them? Whatever lords, fucking overlords should demand the police forces to be a little bit more stricter when it comes to crime, real crime. like drug dealing, big amounts, violent people, molesters and all that. No mercy for these people. You don't bring in the United States military against the American people. That is
It wasn't set up to
against
be
my
like that.
fucking morals.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
unless you got them shooting cops in the street by 10 a day or whatever, and in every city, and there's that type of violence, I could see the military being called in. But we don't have that. We do have cops being shot every day, but not 10 per city. It's not like there's an all-out war going on, and that's what the police are for, though, to fucking take on the citizens, to police the citizens, and then you got the ATF, you have the fucking FBI, you have the CIA, you have all these other branches that are before that extreme. You see what I'm saying? He went right straight to the extreme. Let's just send them in. And now you got National Guards out there that don't have orders to shoot citizens. They have no order to. They're not allowed to police the citizens. They're just out there fucking for show. It's political theater. Now they're targets. You just had 2 fucking soldiers that are weekend warrior soldiers, wink, wink. They should have been at home with their family on Thanksgiving.
Or they should have been working or whatever they do off when
They
they're
should
not.
have been out on the street as a target. They were targets out there because you're going to have a crazy motherfucker in every city and one that's going to go, you know what? I'm going to start some shit today.
Well, again, I go back to the CIA thing, because it's fucking weird because this guy was embedded with them over there. You know what I mean? And when you're embedded with somebody like that, bro, it's just some.
He was doing favors for the American military.
Yeah,
he was doing favors for them. So
if you want to pop a cap in somebody's ass,
but they brought him here as basically a fucking robot to fucking do their dirty work.
Yeah,
to start some shit that causes them to be able to rise up against the fucking citizens.
it's like in 1950. They did the same thing in the 60s, Ron. In the late 60s, they had provocateurs in the riots, in the big DC riots. They had paid provocateurs that were actually paid by the government to start a riot so they could fucking tear gas everybody and beat their heads in.
What I don't understand is with people in this fucking country right now, they think it's okay because there's 100 guys out there. They firebomb a fucking building and they're out there protesting. So we're going to bring in thousands of National Guards loaded with fucking to the teeth with fucking weapons and shit to go against somebody that's fucking throwing Molotov cocktails.
Or throwing water bottles.
That's bullshit. And if anybody agrees with that, bringing the military in against fucking citizens that are doing that kind of shit, they're not American. They're robots. They're traitors to the American
sandwiches.
Traitors to the Constitution. The Constitution protects the American people, so they're traitors to the American people and the Constitution.
Yes, they are. All right, people, click the link up
That's my
top.
opinion. But that's
Click the link. Click the link. If you want to watch the movie, click the link. I'm going to let these guys finish up the conversation, and I'm going to flip over the Rumble.
I have 2 uncles that served in Vietnam, and
Did you?
one of them did participate in killing innocent people.
Sorry about that.
That's
I hear a saw.
Sorry about that. That was a little motorcycle rode down the road. My bad.
Oh, there wasn't a saw?
No,
It wasn't cutting off a goat leg?
no, it was one of them little, like a Coleman.
You tell your wife that I want some good Jamaican goat, man, when I come to visit you, man.
Man, she made us Cornish hens for Thanksgiving. Have you ever had those?
Yes, those are good.
Those are pretty good, like little chickens or something.
They're like little tiny chickens.
one thing that I was fortunate to hear that from my Uncle Chuck. When he said they went into a couple villages and they were shooting upon people with no weapons.
Women and children.
Just walking in, fucking shooting. And he said he could never live that down. It was always in his head.
It will be. Yeah, you do anything like that, you're gonna live with it, you know. And
But they were on the enemy's side. You know, that's like Z said, you're shooting upon the fucking citizens, but that fucked him up in his head.
Yep.
yeah,
Oh, it's gotta cause PTSD and all.
Oh yeah, he was a wild one. Trust me. The family didn't even talk to him for like 5 years. I mean,
PTSD, man.
just
There's a lot of
pushed him
people
away.
out with that.
All right, my friends. Well, we're going to watch a movie. I'm gonna
Do it.
kill YouTube. I spent 30 minutes over here. I figured I'd give you guys a nice long conversation so we could get this out of the way. Now we're going to go watch some Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey.
Hit the link.
Mickey the Mouse. This is G-rated. If you want to have your kids in the room, you may have your kids in the room to watch this. This is an hour and 39 minutes long. These are all Disney shorts. This is volume 1, volume 2. And then I think on Sunday I'm going to play a movie in volume 3. There's like 6 volumes of this. And these are all tunes from the 1940s, by the way.
Cool.
Very nice.
So click the link. You got like 30 seconds. Click the link. And then I'm going to end the stream over here. So if you guys want to say something to the YouTube people.
Goodbye, YouTube people.
Hope everybody has a good day. Hit that link. Come on over and join us.
Hit the link.
Come over and watch some Black Friday Mickey Mouse and Friends. Don't you think that's a catchy title? Black Friday Mickey Mouse. See, he has a sale for Black Friday for his Steamboat Willies.
That's for sure.
All right, guys. I'm ending on YouTube. Click the link, man. It's in the top of the chat. Click it. Click it now. God damn it. Click it.